to inaugurate season 3 becoming excellent, we've now got some actual some bourbon whiskey. So we're on John Davins. Yes.
Bourbon whiskey distilled in Kentucky.
Yes. So
all the way from France.
Yes, a review of season 3, episode 5, the 29th episode of Deadwood overall. A two-headed beast. Would you like to briefly summarise the events of a two-headed beast?
Let me just put the cap on this.
Okay.
Oh, well, okay. The most important thing of this episode is Alice having a quandary about Hearst wanting his sideman to have a fight.
Yes.
He concludes, I can't see the angle, just fight.
Yeah.
So Dan Doherty and
Captain Turner.
Captain Turner.
You nearly said Captain Morgan after the whiskey we drank in the first.
Oh God, that's damn good.
Is it? Okay. Yeah, so Captain Turner.
Captain Turner.
Oh, that's nice.
You pussy.
Shut up.
They have an epic fight in the thoroughfare.
They do.
Which results in this, what was he called?
Captain Turner.
Captain Turner having his eye poked out
Yes.
by Dan Doherty.
Yes.
And then he is killed.
Dan
is shaken up by this because it's the first time he's ever fought
someone in a fair fight rather than like with a knife.
Yeah. That pretty much takes over the episode, really.
Yes.
But on side ones, you've got the conclusion of the General / Hot Stetler and Steve the Drunk's kind of plot.
Yeah.
They've kind of reached an agreement on what to do. So they're looking for the board that they wrote in season 2.
Where Steve the Drunk wrote, I fucked the horse.
I fucked a horse.
Yes.
Signed by Steve.
Yep. And over time, the board has gotten rid of the chalk on it. So obviously, it's been 6 weeks. It would depreciate, and then Steve the Drunk won't take this, and through his anger and his lifetime of being oppressed, Hostetler kills himself in a shocking scene.
Yes, I was shocked.
There were 3 moments in this episode.
One was where he had the eye poked out.
Yeah.
The other was Hostetler shooting himself, and the third one?
It was Bullock taking Hearst to jail.
Yes. So Bullock has basically just had enough of Hearst's shit.
Yep.
He's like, fuck it. And
well, a Union man has also been killed in the thoroughfare. Just draped around to. Basically, the intent of the fight between Captain Turner and Dan Doherty, and the intent of the stabbed Union worker being left in the thoroughfare is to scare everyone into giving in to Hearst's will.
Yeah.
Yep. So Bullock's had enough of it now, and he goes to seek out Hearst, and under bullshit accusations of Hearst telling Bullock to go fuck himself, he arrests Hearst. Yes, bringing the episode to a fantastic conclusion. Can you imagine that? Season 3, an episode that ends on like where you actually like, whoa, what's going to happen next time?
Oh shit, yeah. You're actually excited to watch the next episode.
Yes. Now, I thought this was a fantastic episode.
This was a fantastic episode.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think you'll agree with this. If it had that scene cut out with the theatre people, which just advances a going nowhere plotline, this would be the best episode of the whole show. If it wasn't for that, I think it would be.
I still disagree.
Yeah?
I don't think it would be.
Okay.
Still like top 10.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you got rid of the whole theatre troupe,
yeah,
I don't know where that's going.
Well, I think that basically on a thematic level, season 3 is about like what these characters are doing because Hearst represents sort of death to the camp and to the characters.
Yeah.
So it's basically the whole thematic thing. What all the characters face throughout the season is what to do before they die. Do they fight like Dan and go out like that, or do they quietly accept it? Or that's sort of like the whole thematic thing that draws all the storylines together. What he was trying to do with the theatre company is that the old theatre man is dying, and he was also supposed to be about like bringing art and culture to community and what that brings, which is a fantastic idea because the whole show is about community. It's just that the theatre troupe are poorly drawn. They bring nothing. The dialogue for this show is too stylized, and that's saying something.
That's saying something, yeah.
The guy who isn't Brian Cox is like seems to be taken in from another show. Like, you know, the one who he talks like that. He talks in a real broad American accent. The guy, he's not in it much yet. He's like...
The guy who was crying when he got off the stagecoach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His performance is bizarre. It doesn't mesh with the show at all. But yeah, the theatre troupe storyline is by far, I think, the worst element of the entire show.
I don't really see where it's going. Yeah,
it is. There's a fantastic episode called Amateur Night, which actually utilises it well because it's like it finally meshes with like what's going on with the wider storyline. But up until that,
is it like Deadwood characters trying to do skits?
Sort of, yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, what happens is they put on an amateur night in the town.
Oh my god.
And it's actually a really great episode. That's another 10 out of 10 one that's coming up near the end of the season. But anyway, so this episode, that fight scene.
Oh man, it was great. That's the best fight scene I've had since Bullock versus Al.
Al in the beginning of season 2.
Yeah. Deadwood in a show really descends into fights. It transcends it.
Yeah.
And makes it about fights between, characters.
In the wills and stuff.
Wills and emotions and feelings.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just satisfying just to have a good old fashioned fist fight.
Yeah. Well, I think it's important with this episode, with where it's placed in the season, it brings a, because it's been very talky so far and very sort of ruminative and instead. So bringing an actual physical fight into it is sort of...
It was needed, I think.
It's needed, yeah.
Yeah.
Plus it also sort of brings the Hearst storyline into more physical stuff rather than the abstract threat he's represented before.
Yeah.
There's now been some violence and some bloodletting, which also makes the ending where Bullock arrests him more exciting because before that fight everything's been more theoretical. He could burn down a camp. We've never seen him do anything.
Yeah.
Now we've seen an actual physical fight between someone in his employ and Dan Doherty. It makes sense now why everyone's so scared of him as well. So yeah, it's just an amazingly well done fight.
It's great, yeah.
Yeah.
Real brutality to it.
Yeah.
Unflinchingly gritty.
Yeah.
It's just it's like a titanic struggle.
Yes.
Yeah. Just two slabs of meat fighting each other.
Yes.
It's great.
It is amazing. It's amazing how it doesn't feel choreographed. Like they just grab each other and like
just see what they can do, kind of thing.
Yeah. Did you think Dan might die? Like when
I thought Dan was gonna die.
Did you?
I thought Dan was gonna be drowned.
Yeah.
I'm so glad he didn't die.
Yes, he's great in this episode.
Even though he probably practically is going to be dead from this point anyway. I imagine emotionally. But yeah, I'm so glad he didn't die.
Yeah. The thing that this season does well is that it brings in like Johnny and Dan and the other side characters in a way that none of, like, even you can see the way that like Leon is in it a lot more. Those characters are treated better in this season than they are in any other one.
Yeah.
So that's one thing season 3's got in for it that the other ones don't.
There's that bizarre subplot about you just mentioned Leon and size other body.
Con Stapleton.
Con Stapleton has that odd relationship with a theatre woman.
That's bizarre. I don't know where they're going with that.
How he grabbed like a boob and stuff and he's like talking to her.
That's a different woman, that.
Oh, is it?
I originally thought it was the same, but what's happened is that he's had sex with the woman who works for the Languish guy, and now she's ignoring him, so he's got a prostitute from Psy. It's basically there just to, I imagine, just to give like
something to do.
A visual thing when Psy is saying like, "Oh, I won't send you in my place." Because it makes sense that if Al has sent Adams to be his emissary, that Psy would want one himself.
Yeah.
But he can't trust Leon because he's a dope addict, and then now he can't trust Con because of his horniness.
His bizarre sexual desires.
Yes, so it makes sense from a plot point of view to get Psy in the show still.
Yeah.
He doesn't really get as much to do this season, does Psy?
No, Psy's been sidelined a lot.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's still. Oh, that was poor.
I don't mean to do that.
Yeah, get on your bicycle and
bicycle.
Go home.
Yeah.
You cocksucker.
Well, that's it. Because like I said, I'm still of the opinion that like if Psy was to die at the end of season 2, I'd still be happy.
Yeah.
He practically is dead in the show.
Oh yeah.
He's not a threat anymore.
No. He just gets given little odd tasks to do by Hearst, and that's it. I think that if he was to die, there'd be too many questions about what would happen with like if the show had ended at season 2, it would. But because he's still around, that means that you don't have to deal with like what's going to happen to the Bella Union, and I think it would have created too many things.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm assuming it would have been Hearst would have bought it or something. Is the direction it would have gone. But yeah, you're right. He doesn't do much.
Yeah.
There is some. Every scene he's in is still great because it's Powers Booth.
Powers Booth,
who is the best character actor of all time.
Yes, I stand by it. I said earlier today. Yeah. Have you ever made a Metal Gear Solid live action film? he has to play Revolver Ocelot.
Yep.
No question about it. He's got to play him.
He was born to... Is Lee Van Cleef now dead?
Yeah, Lee Van Cleef's been dead for a very long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if Lee Van Cleef is still alive, it'd really be good as Revolver Ocelot. But I think it
would still have to be Powers.
It's have to be Powers Booth as Revolver Ocelot, and Ian McShane as Old Big Boss.
Oh yeah.
I can imagine with like an eye patch.
Oh yeah.
This would be the coolest thing ever.
Is Timothy Oliphant in it?
Timothy Oliphant could play Raiden.
Timothy Oliphant was surprisingly great in this episode.
He's great in this one, yeah.
Even I would even argue season 3 is also the best season for him.
That's true.
Because season 1 you were complaining that he's just all over the place characterised. The only problem with season 1 is that this season it's clear what he's doing. He has an internal life. He's got his wife and everything now.
He seems a bit more stable.
He's angry a bit for a reason. It's great. Season 2 he's not in it as much. One of the advantages of season 2 is that focus on the side characters more than him. But yeah, it's great what he's doing. He's a brilliant actor, Timothy Oliphant.
He's great, yeah.
Yes.
He's really coming to his own.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. And I love all the bits with the Hostetler. Did you think the bit where he shot himself was a bit sort of like too... didn't have enough foreshadowing, or do you think it was fine? I thought it was fine.
I thought there wasn't enough foreshadowing.
Yeah.
It was a bit like, because he always seemed like he kept it together quite well.
Yeah.
He didn't really come across as kind of like someone who would commit suicide. I thought that was a little bit much.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah.
I'd have thought he'd have... Well, he seemed strong enough to rise above, this guy's taunts and racist remarks.
Yeah. They do actually foreshadow this in season 2. Do you remember the scene where him and the general are they're talking after they've gone to go get the horse?
Oh.
He goes, if it ever happens, I would do it myself, implying he'd kill himself. So I picked that up in season 2 on a rewatch and think it works. Because you can see it in the last episode, they were clearly going for it when he loses his head, it's like motherfucker.
Yeah.
They're going for it there, but yeah, what an episode.
Just great, yeah.
It was just a brilliant episode. It really brought season 3 back into...
Yeah, so the episodes have been good to great, but not like, oh my god, the next episode, what's going to happen?
But this was easily the best one in season 3.
So far, yeah.
It's just,
I still wouldn't give it a 10.
I'd give it a 10.
I'd give it a 9.
Maybe, it's got that one scene.
I'd still give it a 9.
Yeah.
Personally. It's just, it's starting to find its focus now.
Yeah.
Stuff's actually happened.
Yeah.
I don't understand what about those people, but you need a bit of oomph.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Drive.
You need a drive to your show.
Yeah.
I don't mind shows where like nothing really much happens. Like I love it like in Sopranos.
Yeah.
Like when it gets to this later seasons and how basically nothing happens in each episode. It's just depressed people. But you gotta have something, like a drive of some kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so the start of season 3 didn't really have that.
No.
But I feel now that it's like, oh.
Well, now Hearst's been arrested. It's like, oh, what's going to happen now?
Oh,
yeah.
I can't wait.
How is Hearst going to react in this way? Well, I think, as I was saying, the main problem with season 3 is that it's more thematically interesting than dramatically interesting. Because you can talk all this about how the character's going to react to Hearst, and it's all been metaphor for encroaching death and things and all that kind of stuff. It's just a dramatically.
But you see, like I feel a bit balanced it better in season 2.
Yeah.
Where like in season 2 the storylines are really strong, the characters are really strong.
Yeah.
And then thematically it's really strong.
Yeah.
So
that's because season 2 is the best season of television ever.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
that's true.
It's a show that really had nowhere to go after season 2.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they did go on just for the stuff. Like that fight scene's incredible. It's good that exists, and everything is just great. Like we didn't even talk. There's that great moment in this episode where Alma starts coming onto Ellsworth.
Oh yeah, that's really awkward and weird.
Yeah, it's great, though, isn't it?
She's on the dope again.
She's on the dope again.
Oof.
Yes.
Shocking.
I know. That's a weird story. I didn't know what to think. I trust that because it's kind of like a lame thing to do, isn't it? To give a character a repetition of something they've already done.
Yeah.
But but David Milch was a heroin addict for 30 years, so I trust that he would know what it'd be like to turn back to drugs or something. Or I trust the authenticity of it.
Yeah. Based
on that. Do you know this is the last episode written by David Milch of the show?
Really?
Yeah. Obviously, he also wrote all the other ones.
Yeah.
This is the last one credited to him. The rest of them are credited to the interns.
The interns for that week. Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Like, not even the last ever episode is credited to a different guy.
Somebody else.
Yeah.
Weird.
That is weird. But yeah, great episode. I would give this a 10.
I'd give it a 9.
10 of the season, a 9.
Yeah, I'm sticking to a 9.
As I said, that theatre scene.
The theatre troupe stuff is just doing nothing for me.
Yeah.
I like Brian Cox, but he's not given much to do.
No.
I am looking forward to this Amateur Night episode. That sounds like quite a lot of fun, actually.
That is a good episode, yeah.
I'm looking forward to that one. But
that comes in the later on, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, but yeah, there's still some really... one of my favourite episode of the season is if the whole show is coming up as well.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
So keep from that. But yeah, season 3 finally finds its feet. Will it continue its this standard, or will it be back to the earlier ones? Who will know?
Who knows?